Greetings and welcome to another cool morning here on the Darling Downs. Still super dry, have not received a drop of rain even though these clouds have come in. It's going to be right like this for the next week. Each day it says potentially 0 to 1 mil, so might get a few spits, but it's not looking promising that we're going to get anything decent in terms of rain. Should be a shame. But yeah, getting hit by some cold southwesterlies at the moment. Winter is definitely on the way. And yeah, today I am about to head for another day of work, back at my regular job, my day job, not the placement. Yesterday was another great day with the Rangers. We went and did some surveys up around Mount Lindsay. Mount Lindsay is one of the most prominent peaks in the border ranges. If you just search pictures of Mount Lindsay, Lindsay, Mount Lindsay, it's you'll recognize it immediately. And yeah, we went and did some surveys around there, just very cool. And yeah, I have just been thinking about escaping the 9-to-5 job matrix. Because you see, today everyone wants to be an influencer, pretty much. Everyone wants to be an influencer. Everyone just wants to escape the cycle, the dreadful cycle of working 9-to-5. And I've been in the same position, and I essentially am in the same position. However, my perspective on this has changed quite a bit. What I've realized is that the problem is not necessarily working 9-to-5. I mean, not everyone wants to work 9-to-5, and that's totally fine. We shouldn't have a system where if you want to, work full time, and as something that you have to be locked into working specific times like 9-to-5. I agree, there definitely should be more flexibility, especially in the 21st century, right? Where there's so much going on. The world moves very quickly now. Like, ultimately today, like, everything's about speed. Everything's about being more productive, working more efficiently. Like, I can speak for myself. Like, gone are the days when you're going to just find a stable job and just stay like your entire career in that job, 20-30 years in that job, and then just get promoted up. It's like, yeah, that will work for some people, but I think for most young people especially, we are not looking for that. Like, I don't just want to get a stable job and work for one company and that's my career and that's it. I don't want that. I want the possibility of growth, possibility of progression, and I want to like have a job where it's a diverse role. I do many different things. I don't just want to do one specific thing and then just that's me. If that's you, that's totally fine. I'm not here to say that you have to do it this way, that way. Like, I'm just sharing my perspective. I don't want to just work in one role for my entire life. So yeah, I'll have many jobs. I'll probably have multiple careers as well. That's becoming increasingly the way things go. Like, you have multiple jobs, even multiple careers. It's like, it's the 21st century. Like, I've received advice from all the people, just go get a stable government job and then you're set for life. Like, no, that's not how it works anymore. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't just want a stable job for life like that. I don't want to just work a government job my whole life and that's it. I'm certain positions in certain areas, like, let's say, national parks, that does sound appealing. Definitely sounds appealing, but for me, I'm just looking more, okay, what does the job actually entail? Will I enjoy it? And okay, yes, how much will it pay? Because pay is important. So anyway, for myself, I've realized working 9-to-5 is not really that bad, actually. The 9-to-5 schedule, right? So at the moment, I'm working 3 days at my day job, my regular job, which I've been doing for almost 2 years now at a local business here in town. And yeah, now the last few weeks I've been doing 2 days with the Rangers that I'm doing my placement with through university. Now I've done 11 days, I've got to do 15 mandatory. I've only got 4 days left with them. I'm doing 2 days next week, back to back, and then I've only got 2 days left. So yeah, the end of that is coming very fast. but it is looking promising that I'll be able to stay on with them afterwards. I'm not going to go and switch and secure a full-time position straight away or anything. I'll probably start off casual, part-time. They do a lot of like seasonal type work, so yeah, we'll start off like that. That's fine. But yeah, eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to transition into like a full-time ranger position. And then I can look into leaving my current job. Like my current job, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't mind it. It did sound very much more promising at the beginning. I had higher hopes for it, but I've been in it almost 2 years now, and essentially, like there were when I started off, there was definitely talk. Oh yeah, you get this training. You'll be able to. There'll be chances for progression and this and that. None of that has really held true. All right, like I've done the best I can with what's been available, but yeah, look, it's not like where I'm working, it's not their fault. Like it's the possibility was to go on, progression, to go on somewhere else. But I'm not going to go into all the details. I don't want to talk too much about my work life. But yeah, anyway, the opportunities for progression and growth that I was initially told, that it hasn't materialized. It hasn't. So at this stage, I'm like, okay, well, this is not leading anywhere. It's pretty much a dead end. So yeah, now I'm very much set on going down the ranger pathway. It's always been like for many years now in the back of my mind. It's always been like, oh, you should become a park ranger. That's just become there. And again, I'm probably not going to just be a ranger and then that's it for my whole life. I'm someone, I have realized I need change, I need growth, I need challenge. I don't just want to find what I'm good at and then stick with that my whole life. I do need challenge. Some of us need that. And again, I have mentioned also I want to achieve location independence. So what I'm currently working now, I don't have location independence because essentially I'm working at a specific place for a specific business, and it's like, yeah, look, I'm tied to that place. Even though where I'm working now, it's like I do get to travel around a bit around. I do get to travel a bit around the local area, but yeah, of course not very far, right? But with the sort of job that I've been doing with the Rangers, the area that I travel around with is even bigger, right? And again, they have a place where they're based as well, so it's not like, okay, I travel around the whole country, but then hey, if I go into somewhere like national parks, then it opens up even more. You could travel around more at a statewide level, and yeah, it's just keep growing, keep expanding. That's what I need. So yeah, it's interesting. I've realized now, when I work with the Rangers, it's like it can be a very physically demanding job, like especially drilling holes, planting, some of the activities we do, fencing. Now it's nice and cool, but especially in the summer months, working outdoors in the heat, it surely can be tough. Okay? But what I realized is, even though some parts of the job were physically more demanding than what I'm working now, it didn't feel much like work. It really didn't. It didn't feel much like work. Like even though I have to travel further, the job can be physically more demanding. It really didn't feel all that much like work. I felt very much fulfilled at the end of the day. Like I had to drive. I have some days I had like a 90-minute commute. Recently it's been a bit shorter than that, but yeah, I've had up to a 90-minute commute to the Rangers and back. And yeah, it can be physically more demanding, but I noticed like oftentimes I feel more exhausted and more drained after working my my day job rather than after a day doing the place with the Rangers. I noticed that. And that's very interesting, and that's because ultimately I enjoy that. Like, what do I like to do in my spare time? What do I like to do on my days off? Well, one thing I really like doing in my spare time, I like traveling, seeing new places, hiking and being out in nature. Those are really the things that I enjoy the most. And that's also what I've tried to do, what I've tried to do with this YouTube thing. I've tried to document those experiences, vlog it, because my thought process is, okay, well, if I succeed with YouTube doing what I love doing, then I'll be able to just document that and make a living doing that like other people, just be an influencer, right? That hasn't worked out. It hasn't. My channel's pretty much dead, pretty much stagnated. I'm speaking about my main channel. This here is just, I don't have any intentions of this channel to get big. This is just a place for me to post whatever. But yeah, my main channel, Utopian, has not succeeded, all right? And look, I've accepted that now, that's fine. I haven't fully 100% given up. I'm still going to keep posting. Again, I've seen examples of people, they had pretty much given up and then all of a sudden, suddenly they got big and they made it. And look, I'm not hoping to be a full-time YouTuber anymore. That's not my goal. I want to keep YouTube more as a hobby. Even if I grow big and I start making money from it, I don't want that just to be the only thing I'm doing. Like, I was just thinking, all right, let's just say I were to blow up, I get monetized and I start earning money. What would I do? What would I do differently? I really wouldn't do anything differently. I wouldn't quit my job straight away. I would still keep doing what I'm doing. I would still finish my degree, graduate from university. I mean, I only have like 3 weeks left now anyway, so I would still keep going no matter what. Yeah, but even let's just say I was halfway through my current degree. Well, let's say go back a year. Let's say I still had a year left, or was halfway through my degree, and I didn't have any option with the Rangers yet and stuff, and I decided to love my current job. If I succeeded with YouTube, what would I do? I wouldn't quit my job. I wouldn't drop out of university. I'll say, all right, well, I started this, so I'm going to finish university. I'll stick with the job for now. Although in my spare time, then I would definitely put more time and effort into YouTube. Of course, if I really made it, I would make the sacrifice. I would do that, and then if YouTube, if it was to the point where YouTube was being more sustainable over time, I was making decent money from it, and I would finish my degree, and I would still look into like getting a job as a ranger. Like, definitely my current job, then I would look, all right, well, eventually I do want to get out of it. And even between jobs, yeah, I would see YouTube for a while, but I wouldn't want YouTube to be the only thing that I do. I wouldn't only want to be an influencer. That dream has passed. Was it really even a dream? It's just you just see so many people out there, all they want to do is be an influencer. And look, nothing wrong with that. Like, I have a lot of respect for people that have made it as influence. I mean, I hate the term influence. I'll just say that. I hate that term. But people who make it as YouTubers, travel bloggers, people who are doing anything, they make videos documenting things that they love, things they're passionate about. I have a lot of respect for people who make it. And I still believe I could make it, but I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber anymore. Especially not now. I'm very much set on going down the ranger pathway, and wherever else that leads me. I'm not just limiting it, all right, to be a ranger and all that. So anyway, from that, I realized the problem is not necessarily 9 to 5. All right, I don't care about working 9 to 5 if it's something I enjoy. But with the Rangers, I sometimes work longer than 9 to 5, especially when you consider, travel and all that. But I really don't care. I enjoy it, and it doesn't feel like work. On my days off, if I take like a week off, you betcha I'm gonna go hiking somewhere or travel to a new place, take a week and go on a road trip. So like what I did yesterday, going to like Mount Lindsay and all that, like that's exactly like something I would do on my day off. Granted, I wouldn't do some of the tough physical work, probably like cutting a path through invasive weeds and doing all the surveys, because we do actually have to do work like surveying, analyzing plants and stuff. It's not just going out on a stroll, but still being out in an environment that I enjoy. That's what it's really about. That's what it's about, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So therefore, it didn't feel like work. So I think for me now, the goal is I don't care if I work 9 to 5 or whatever hours. I don't mind the 9 to 5 hours. My main job is actually 8 to 5, by the way. But that's aside from the point. Whew, man, I'm on fire. I'm on fire today. Hyped up a bit. So that 9 to 5 is not the problem. The problem is if you are stuck in a dead-end job with no progression that you don't enjoy. I bet you if you found something that you actually enjoyed, a career, forget about a job. Career is more than just a job. A career is a pathway where you can progress between different jobs, but career, all right? If you find a career, it's fulfilling, that you enjoy, and that there's opportunity that you can make decent money at, it's like, I don't think you mind working 9 to 5. The problem is if you feel stuck in a job that you don't like and there's no chance of progression. If it's a job you don't like but there is opportunities for growth and progression, then that can also still be worth it, all right? But where I'm at now, look, especially I live in a small country town, around here there is not much chance for growth and progression. Therefore, I need to look further afield, keep my options open and keep working at it. And point I'm at now, my hard work is finally beginning to pay off. 3 weeks left. I'm about to graduate. I mean, graduation will take a bit longer. You've got to finalize all the results, everything. But 3 weeks left of coursework, submit the assessments, and then I just wait to be invited to graduation. That will happen sometime in July. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. The problem is not necessarily 9 to 5. The problem is if you're stuck in something that you don't actually like. That is the real problem. And yeah, 9 to 5 schedule is not for everyone. I think it should become more flexible, especially the way the world is now. But yeah, that's what I've realized now. Initially I was also buying into that, oh yeah, I want to become an influencer, escape the 9 to 5 matrix. But I've realized, you know what, 9 to 5 is not that bad. If it's something that I actually enjoy, I'll happily work 9 to 5. I'll happily work more than 9 to 5 if it's something that I really, really enjoy. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'll keep making videos. At the moment, the YouTube is pretty much on the back burner. These last few weeks, I'm just focusing on getting these final assessments done. But after that, yeah, I've still got Sri Lanka videos waiting to edit, post. I'm still going to work on those, post them all. And from there, my approach to YouTube on the main channel is going to change, as I've mentioned. But yeah, I'm not quitting YouTube by any means. Who knows, maybe I still will make it, but I'm not attached to that anymore. I'm not attached to needing to make it as a YouTuber, needing to be successful. I don't care about being an influencer. I hate that term. I really do. I really do. But yeah, that's one thing I've realized about 9 to 5 and how I've changed my mind on that. So yeah, I'll happily work 9 to 5 in something I enjoy, such as being a ranger. But yeah, ultimately what I need is growth and progression. Challenge, continuous challenge. I don't just want an easy job where that's it, I'm in it for the rest of my life, I'm set for life. I don't want to be set for life. I want to be continuously challenged. I need that continuous growth. Some people, they are happy to just go into the same job day after day. They don't need any growth and progression. They just want things to stay the same. If that's you, that's fine. That's fine, no issue. The issue is if you are stuck doing something that you don't enjoy and you feel that you can't change. That's when the real danger is. The real danger of being stagnant, the real danger that you'll get trapped in addictions and just create this unhealthy lifestyle. And that's when you really get stuck in the matrix. You see, I've realized a big aspect of the matrix is self-created. Like, we can blame all these external circumstances of, well, I'm stuck in this job I hate, 9 to 5, surrounded by people I don't like. But it gets down to it, ultimately, you just have to take responsibility for our lives. If we want to truly change, we have to take responsibility, make the decision, and trust, ultimately trust that we are being guided by a force greater than ourselves. Surrender to that force. Let it drive us forward. And yeah, don't try to just force things to happen. Let things be as they are. But yeah, be open to guidance. Be open to new possibilities. I know how it is when you don't believe in anything greater than yourself, and this world can feel like a cruel place where there's all these bad things happening, which there is, and then you just get trapped. But ultimately, what I've also realized is there's all these bad things happening, but still, the world's not such a bad place, really. It really isn't. What can seem bad, a lot of it is just in our minds, really. And that's the true matrix. A big part of the matrix. There is evil forces out there, no doubt. I'm not saying there isn't, but I would argue also a big part of the matrix for many people is self-created. And if you can at least overcome that, if you can deprogram your mind from these false beliefs, I mean, you can't necessarily do it yourself. Like, definitely, that's where religion comes in. That's where God comes in. 100%. I'm not saying it's not important, but I'm speaking from someone who's like only recently become open to that stuff. I understand how it is when you don't believe in anything, when you're completely lost in the wilderness. I understand how it is. So my channel here, I'm trying to speak to those people, just to get, if you're watching this and that sounds like you, then I'm just trying to get this point across, right? You don't have to do this alone, and you definitely don't have to figure it all out in one day. It's ultimately just do what you can day by day. And yeah, try to find something that you enjoy. Like, find what you enjoy doing, even if you don't know. Like, I understand how that is. Also, if you don't, you feel like, oh, I don't actually know what I enjoy. I don't know what I'm passionate about. Well, get out there, try new things, travel, see new places. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be the same for everyone. It isn't the same for everyone. But find what you enjoy doing, and then find a way to make that into a career. I'm not saying I have it all figured out step by step. I'm still figuring all this out for myself day by day. I'm not saying that I'm a wizard who's figured this all out. I'm not trying to pretend I'm this self-improvement guru that has figured everything out. I'm not. I'm still learning this stuff day by day. I'm still a work in progress. I still make mistakes. I still mess up. But ultimately, if you want change, you have to, I'll first start with yourself. First, you have to be willing to change your beliefs. You have to be willing to really look at yourself and see, all right, well, this has clearly not been working, but what do I actually enjoy? What do I want? And then, yeah, how can I turn that into a career? That's the thing. Escaping the 9-to-5 job matrix doesn't even mean that you have to stop working 9 to 5. If you work a 9 to 5 doing something that you enjoy anyway, if you just, essentially, it gets down to this principle. Make a living doing what you would do anyway. If you didn't have to work, if you didn't have to worry about money, let's just pretend you were in this fantasy land where you don't have to worry about money and you can just do whatever you want. Let's just pretend that, all right? Where, okay, all your basic needs will be met. Food, water, clothing, all that. Let's just pretend all your basic needs are met. What would you do? What will you do with yourself? What will you do with your time? I can guarantee you, if you were in that situation, you would not just go for you wouldn't waste your life just all these addictions and all this nonsense that there is out there. You would really then find something that you thoroughly enjoy and do that. So essentially, make a living doing what you would do anyway. That's it for now. Onwards and upwards. Let's get out of here.